I am alive, and it's good to be alive, and I am feeling so much better than I have been the last couple weeks. But, oh my god, I finally did it, you guys. I got Hydroid Prime. Fuck yeah! It took long enough. I would just say that. It was a pretty long wait. I wasn't really excited for a Hydroid Prime, but gosh damn, they made him look really good. I mean, really good. I mean, look at that dangly sack of wiener flesh coming off of his beard. It's perfect. No, but seriously, Hydroid Prime, I gotta give credit where credit is due. DE really outdid themselves with Hydroid Prime. Even if it's not your cup of tea as far as his visual aspects, I feel like they put a lot of work into this one. That's just my personal opinion, but let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here's what we had. This is what they had to work with. This is a Hydroid. I absolutely hate him. I think he looks disgusting. There's some things I like about him, but for the most part, I absolutely hate the way he looks. He looks like dangly flesh, looks like nuts. It's not good. And then look at that. How do you go from this to that? I mean, if you really take the time, like once you actually get the Prime and you can look at the feet. Like, look at the boots. I'm going to switch back and forth a couple times here so you guys can see all the actual visual differences. I mean, it's almost not even the same Warframe. The only parts of him that look the same are like the back of his upper arms are exactly the same, like the very backs, and then obviously not even his chest. Maybe his back is pretty similar. Yeah, his back's pretty much the same, just different coloration, but everything else has been touched, has been worked on, has been added or completely removed for new pieces entirely, giving him just a way less blobby, more streamlined, sort of like samurai pirate look. And it's so freaking cool. I honestly, I'm so pumped for how he looks right now. To be honest, when I first saw him, if you see that sort of metallic V at the bottom of his face where his beard starts, I thought his helmet, when I first saw the low-res Hydroid pictures from Tentacle, I thought his helmet was just going to end there and he was just going to have like a blunt chin, which I think would have looked way nicer. I mean, way more badass, but you know what? It's fine. The beard, the tangly beard thing, it's very Hydroid. It definitely helps give the Warframe that Hydroid vibe, having that dangly beard, so I'm fine with it. I wasn't at first. Once I found out it was a beard, I'm like, oh, that's weird, having a flesh beard, but hey, you know what? It's kind of understandable, because if they didn't have that, honestly, you almost wouldn't even recognize that this is Hydroid. I mean, it's pretty much an entirely new Warframe. It looks really damn cool. I mean, the helmet, just the spikes and everything. The body, I think they did a pretty damn good job on, really. So let me voice some concern, because a lot of you disagreed with the fact that Oberon Prime looks like shit, but look at this. Look. Here's Hydroid, okay? He became that. Like, oh my gosh, like completely different character. They really outdid themselves. Totally badass, right? Here's Oberon. Oberon went from this to that. like this was my problem with Oberon Prime, is I just, like, maybe a year and a half ago this would have cut it, but I feel like the way the Primes have been going lately and the fact they've been looking so unique and cool is what made this one just so disappointing. Like, his legs are almost exactly the same, except for that tiny little patch they added to the side. They gave him just a different clef on his boots, on his hooves. They added these weird fucking horseshoe-looking things to him on his shoulders. His arms are actually less buff. He's actually smaller, but he's fatter in the chest. And they added this weird just thing on his back that makes, oh, I don't know, no sense. It just looks like not good at all. And they took away his chin. If you go from this, got a nice robust jawline, and then boom, no chin. He's just all neck. He's just a neck with a face. Yeah, I gotta say, Hydroid Prime looking really damn good. He's kind of hard to color just because of the material he's made out of and the way his colors lay on him. I find it hard to come up with like a ton of good color schemes for him. Ones that don't bore me anyways. I try to do like a unique color scheme for all Warframes. So I've got this sort of deep red, almost salmon color for his primary, and then I've got silver and white, and then a dark gray, almost black for his undertones. To top that off, Hydroid Prime has higher armor, a higher energy count, and more shields. This is, you know what? It's actually really nice and noticeable. Hydroid Prime was never the squishiest of Warframes, so having a little bit more shielding and armor, I'm really not going to bitch about that. The main thing I wanted was more energy, and guess what? Hydroid Prime has that too. So overall, it's a nice looking Prime. It's got good stats where I wanted them. Honestly, I think they really hit the nail on the head with this one. I was not very excited for Hydroid Prime, but because of his recent rework, made him a little more fun to play as, and because they made him look so damn cool, I'm totally into it now. And just one last thing to show you guys, the only major noticeable difference in his powers, which I actually really enjoy, is that when you summon the Kraken, you'll notice that the tentacles are actually flesh now. They are no longer made of water. This might bother some people. I'm aware of that. I actually think it looks really nice because I always thought it was weird to have this really nice fleshy Kraken looking thing come up, and then you see all the tentacles and you're like, oh, it's the tentacles that belong to the Kraken now. That's really cool. But then they were made of water, and I was like, yeah, that ruins it a tiny bit, but I won't bitch and complain. And then they do this, and they make them actually flesh-colored with, like, the backs of the tentacles are pretty simple, and then they've actually got lights on the bottom part where the suctions would be, and they also take the color of your Warframe, which is so damn cool. So I've got some nice sort of maroonish colored tentacles here, and it just looks really cool. So overall, very happy and pleased with how Hydroid Prime turned out. Aside from some slight more buffs they could give him, I really don't think they could have made him any better. I'm excited to see what his deluxe skin looks like. I hope they do something unique and interesting as they're trying to do with a lot of the frames now. Like Mag's got her body parts separated because they're supposedly being, you know, connected by magnetic force and shit like that, and then they scrapped the Ember skin. I don't know if those of you know, but the Ember skin has been scrapped. They're going to try and do another one, which I'm actually okay with. It was a cool skin, like one half of it was burnt and one half of it wasn't, and there was nothing wrong with it, but I feel like for a deluxe skin now, I feel like they can do better, and they know they can do better, which is exactly why they're starting over. So anyways, Hydroid Prime, really cool. I strongly encourage you guys to pick him up when you can. He wasn't too terribly hard to farm either. I just got in a squad with some randos the other night, and they helped me get 2 of his parts, and then I was like, well shoot, I'm halfway there, so I honestly, I grinded tirelessly to get the rest of his parts so I can make this video for you guys. So I hope you guys have a kick-ass day, and I hope this video was informational and helpful. You have any comments or you want to say hi, drop a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.